Good evening, good evening, good evening, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. And if you don't know anything else on this day, know that you deserve to be blessed. Hey, good afternoon. Oh, not afternoon. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. It's a Friday. And if you don't know anything else on this Friday, know that you deserve to be blessed. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming from an undisclosed location tonight. Uh, I'm coming to you. I'm out doing a little something, having a little fun with my peeps, my fam, my village. And so I wanted to make sure I continue with the show just so that you know where we're at. Tonight, we're going to talk about it's already done. It's already done. We're going to get into it in just a minute. So think about it. It's already done. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. But y'all know what we do before we actually get going and before we do it. We like to do a little something. Y'all ready for it? I think I heard you say that you were ready. So if you're ready, then let's go. Let's get it. Hold on a second. Let me fix this light. So I'm right in with the light on that. Y'all ready? All right. I got my light. We good? Let's hit it. Sit it ta 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 ta. Sit it ta 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 ta. Soon ta 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 T2P. Check me out. T2P. Check me out. Sa T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. Right. Yeah, you know what? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Y'all come on in. Come and talk to me this evening. Tonight, we're going to get a little deep into something, but I want you to understand and to know, if you don't know anything else, you deserve to be blessed. There was no other reason you were put on this earth other than to be blessed. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, right, let's go ahead. We like to clear the air. We like to make sure that everybody is in. We like to make sure that you understand where you're at with taking a breath. So let's take a breath. And let's take a moment and acknowledge that your breath is important. We know that the breath is important. Ladies and gentlemen, what we like to do, we like to come to you before we start any broadcast off and go deep into it. We like to take a moment and we like to basically take a breath and be good with that. Knowing that your life is important, knowing that you matter, knowing who you are. And sometimes you have to take a moment and just breathe and acknowledge that you deserve to be here. You are blessed to be here. God put you here for a reason. The universe opened up with you for a reason. So what I want you to do, we take 3 breaths. And when we take those 3 breaths, the first breath, I'm going to count it out so that you know that it's at a slower 5 pace. But then the second breath, I'm not going to count, but I will move my hands, right? And take the breath. The third breath, I will move my hands as well. I won't count it out. But on the third breath, we like to take a moment and make some noise. So the first breath is to get you acclimated, make sure you're coming in, open you up. The second breath is for you to think about what's going on and what you have happening. Then the third breath is for you to acknowledge and for let the universe know and let anybody else know that you're in control, that you're in control. And that's how we do it. Y'all ready? So on the count of 3, I want you to come with me. I want you to come with me. Before we actually do the breath, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Just do me a favor. hit them hearts, hit them thumbs up. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're feeling, all of that good stuff. Go ahead on and let it be known, let it be done. I'm going to make sure I let some people know what's happening around this camp and that we good. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, y'all. I see the hearts and the thumbs up and all of that coming in. Y'all keep them bringing them on in. So let's do this. On the count of three, we're going to take that first breath. And remember that if you can't get to the 5 pace, right? If you start off and doing 1 or 2, that's fine. But we want you to breathe. We want you to acknowledge that your breath is important. So here we go. On the count of 3, we're going to take that deep breath. I'm going to count it out that first time. And this is how it goes. 1, 2, 3. Breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Blow it out. Going to give me some Latina Turner action. Rolling, rolling on the river. All right, so the second breath, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to count, right, with the second breath, but I'm going to move my hands so you'll know what the pace is. And what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and go as far as you can. But when you do that, think about what's going on in the world right now. Think about what's happening. Think about what's going on with you. Think about the day you had, the week you had, right? Or if it's that big, the year you've been having. And then I want you to acknowledge that thing, but acknowledge that you are supposed to be here. All right? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And out. Yes, that right there. I know y'all feel it. You're supposed to feel a little warm and fuzzy up in this area. You feel it? All right. No choking, no passing out, no spitting up. You're just supposed to be feeling a little warm and fuzzy. And this is what we believe that you should do on a daily basis or hourly, weekly, monthly, whatever it is you feel you need to do, because peace is yours. So on this third breath, I want you to take whatever that thing is, person, place, or thing, good, bad, indifferent, and I want you to take it. And when you release it this time, right, I want you to make some noise. Now, look, if you're in the library, if you're on your job and you start hooping and hollering and they come tap you on the shoulder and tell you to go and they give you a box, I'm not responsible. I'm just kidding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. On the count of 3, we're going to take that deep breath. And remember, this breath, you're going to make some noise. All right? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And oh, say it again for the rest of them. Ah, one more time. Ah, look, ladies and gentlemen, it may seem a little funny. I may be cracking up right now, but look, here's the reality. You are precious. Your life is precious. You need to take a moment, right? I hate to say need, but take a moment and acknowledge that your life is what it is. Acknowledge that you are here. Acknowledge that yesterday is gone and a new day is here for you to do something different, for you to do something better. Acknowledgement of your life. And how do you do that? You breathe. Take a moment and breathe. You can recalibrate. You can reassess the situation. You can change the atmosphere in the room. All you got to do is breathe. How simple is that, right? How simple is that, but yet so hard to do? All you got to do is breathe. Take a breath. That's what we like to do to clear the air, clear the space, get some good juju up in here. That's what we like to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, do it however you feel you need to. Today, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, every day this week, if you want to do it, however you want to do it, but just acknowledge that you're important, that your breath is important, that your life is important. That's what I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I want you to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So what we are about to do, I hope y'all are ready because I want y'all to interact with me, say hi to me, ask any questions and all of that. We're about to get into the thought. Let's go on and get into the thought. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and our thought tonight is it's already done. It's already done. That's the thought for tonight. It's already done. Look, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we don't understand what's going on. We don't understand what's actually happening in our lives, and especially right now. So I'm going to take a moment and speak to speak to what we do, right? When we say it's already done, most of the time you have already done it, right? It's a little late for you to come back now and say, I didn't mean to. Now to say, I'm sorry. Now to say, I shouldn't have done it then. Because here's the thing, if it's already done and you're saying now that you probably shouldn't have, that means that you thought about it twice before you did it in the first place. Sometimes we don't get a chance to redo. Sometimes we don't get a chance to go back and have that moment. So when it's already done, it's done. We look at what's going on with George Floyd right now, because that's the biggest thing in the media right now. Everybody that got on the stand that was testifying and witnessing to what happened, they all were saying, what if they would have done something differently? What if they would have done it differently? What if they would have never, the guy said if he would have never, he just would have took the 20, went on about his business, George Floyd probably would have still been living today. You can't sit here and talk to somebody or do something to somebody, and then when it hits the fan, all of a sudden now I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that, right? And let me say this: a lot of us think that we are doing what we're supposed to do in this world and in this life. We don't want to let people get over on us. We don't want to let criminals, rob us and steal and cheat and do all this kind of stuff. But sometimes you really got to think about it. Because once it's done, it's already done. There's no taking it back. You understand what I'm saying? You see a lot of these people out here, and I'm going to be frank today, right? I know my name is Titan, but I'm going to be frank today. You see a lot of these people out here, and they're always talking about, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't know this. Well, what did you think was going to happen? In this climate that we're in this world that we're in, what did you think was going to happen? I have been talking to people, and since I've been living in my truth and speaking my truth, I had questions, not that I really wanted an answer because I already knew what it was, but my question to them, speaking about the things that they did to me when they thought that I was gay or they thought that I had HIV, what did you think was going to happen? Were you trying to out me to my parents? Were you trying to out me at school or at work? Were you telling people that I'm infected? Were you telling people that I'm diseased and things like that? What did you think was going to happen? And don't get me wrong, we all can say we're sorry. We all can have a second chance, but it's already done. It's already done. And 9 times out of 10, you already knew that it was done before you did it. Because just like the Karens of the world or the Beckys, they knew what they were doing when they were calling the cops on people, because they knew how the cops would react to somebody that's Black, people of color. The same way they talk about Black Lives Matter, call it a terrorist group and all of that. You know what you're doing. But if I just want to be me, if I just want to have a moment, if I just want to live my life for who I am, I can't do that. Why? Because it's already done. You didn't already put the knife in my back. You didn't already put the rope around my neck. You didn't already vilified me to the point to where I can't live my life. Just the other day, y'all know I love a good story. And I'm going to say this because the person that I'm talking about basically said that I felt some kind of way because let me back up. So 2019, I spoke my truth. I spoke it on a Facebook Live, and a lot of people chimed in. A lot of people that knew me, a lot of people that knew me from the past, a lot of people that tried to talk to me during those crucial years where I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life, even if I wanted to live, because I was HIV positive. And let me back up. The doctor came into the room and diagnosed me with AIDS and then walked out. So I didn't know if I wanted to live. I didn't know if I wanted to be. Then I got definitely sick. Literally, I had 4 T cells. 4. People started talking. My family started telling me that it was because of my lifestyle. That's the reason why I was here. That's the reason why I was at this point. That's the reason why I was near death. People can be cruel when they think they got the upper hand. My question to this person that talked to me after I did the live, and they said, "Oh, well, yeah, okay, now it makes sense. Now I see why you don't want to, da 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 da." But it was already done. You had already talked about me. You had already talked under my clothes. You didn't even know how. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes when people are trying to be themselves and love themselves and be great in the skin God put them in, it's hard to do that when you got people over here telling you who you are, what you are, and all of that. I probably could have handled my HIV status a lot better if I didn't have all of this telling me I was less than, telling me I was nasty, telling me I was all of this. And it wasn't just a one-off. I mean, the people came out. Now, mind you, I never tried talking to anybody. I never tried being around anybody. I shut myself off from the world because I had been told that I was diseased, that I was nasty, that I would. What kind of life are you going to live now? You know? And I was going through that, not to mention all my childhood trauma that I'm dealing with in adulthood, because now I can actually see what was happening and what was going on. And here I am. Then you talk to me, or you go and spread rumors, or you try to out me to my parents or to the people I work with or the people I'm around. And then you try to come back and tell me you're sorry, but it's already done. I can forgive you, but I'm not forgetting shit. And that's it. People tell me all the time, Titan, why are you always do that? Look, what I'm going to tell you is I can forgive you all day long. Up, down, around the clock, back and forth. I can do that for you. But what I can't do is forget. That's not how that's going to work. I'm not forgetting. The reason why I'm not forgetting is because I need to know where I've been so I know where I'm going. I need to know what has happened to me so I know where I need to be. It's already done. You done done it. You cursed me. You talked up and down my body. You talked under my clothes. You talked about what was going on. You talked about this and all of that. And when you saw that I had nothing to do, when you saw that I was not being nasty or evil toward you, that all of a sudden, when everybody told you how good and nice I was, now you want to come to me and say, I'm sorry. You're sorry because somebody told you that I knew. You understand what I'm saying? It's already done. Ladies and gentlemen, this world right here is spinning so fast right now. Right now, we don't know whether we're coming or going. Right now, we don't know whether we're going to live or die. Be present in the moment and understand what happens when it's already done. When it has left your mouth, when it has left your fist, when it has left whatever weapon you're holding, when it has left that, it's already done. So think about it before you do it. Think about that I'm human as well. Think about I got a soul as well. Think about that I am here for a reason, just like you. Your skin is no better than mine. Your house is no better than mine. It's a house. It kind of reminds me when everybody goes Android versus iPhone. It's this whole big thing. Aren't they both phones? Don't they both work? You feel what I'm saying? And so I have no qualms with that. People say all the time, oh, you got an Android. I sure do. And it works just fine. Works just fine. The same thing with my skin and my life that I'm in. My skin, my black skin is just as good as anybody else's skin. My LGBTQIA plus community is just as good as anybody else's community. My HIV status and the way that I stand in that is just as good as anybody else's HIV status. You do not get to tell me or anybody how we should live. Because I'm telling you, when it's done, it's already done. It's already done. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm tired. Do you know what it's like to fight all your life? I feel like a Color Purple moment is coming, right? All my life I had to fight. This black gay man in this world is not safe. Not safe. It's already done. So before you do it, think about it. Think about it. That man sat on that stand, and the reason why I'm kind of like sticking to this right now, because the man said on the stand, he said that if he would have just took the 20 and just let it be, none of this would have happened. And could you imagine something as simple as a fake $20 bill, allegedly, a fake $20 bill caused all of this, all of that. It was weird already because the bill had already been done and George Floyd had went out of the place and went to the car. Something wasn't right in the water to begin with. So when you have things like this, it's already done. Do you think that man could have prevented that? Yeah, it's a possibility. But once he had already done it, it was already done. The wheels had started turning. And even if he said to himself or to the cop or to the police or whoever, I don't want you to do anything with it, it was already done. The wheels were turning. The ish had hit the fan already. And you could tell by the way he opened that car door and told him to get out of there that it was not going to end well. Straight off the bat. I'm sitting here watching, somebody sent me a video the other day. And ladies and gentlemen, look, I ask that you all send me stuff. I ask that you all talk with me. I ask that you all, do these things. But sometimes these videos are so disheartening. Sometimes I have to like take a moment and watch the video because I couldn't watch it when you first sent it to me. And I get people sending me stuff all the time. And I'm saying, so the black young man that's walking down the street in a neighborhood, and this Army sergeant, I spent 8 years in the military. Somebody asked me one day, Titan, why you don't promote or push or always have veterans and military and stuff like that? And I said, it took me a long time. I spent 8 years in the military. I was on my way. I was on my way to sergeant. I was about to go to training so that I could be a sergeant. I was 8 years in. I was headed toward my retirement. I was doing everything that I needed to do. And then I realized the Army was no place for this black gay man. No place. It's one thing for me to fight for my country, but it's a whole nother beast when I have to fight my country. I got to fight my country because I'm black. I got to fight my country because I'm gay. I got to fight my country just to be in the skin that I'm in and be who God made me to be. I'm out on bivouac. We were out on a training session one time, and I don't think I ever told anybody this. I went down to the latrine, and the latrine, I'm not going to say where it was. Well, hell, shit. Bro. We were in California, Barstow, California, on a training exercise. I went down to the latrine. The latrine was an open latrine, row of toilets, row of just toilets and stuff like that. There was no like enclosure, right? You couldn't see into them, but when you got inside of the latrine, it was just a row of toilets, right? So I go into the latrine, and there's two Caucasian guys that are up toward where the sinks are and the mirrors. And it's not the regular mirror. It's that kind of aluminum type mirror. I don't know what it is, but anyways, so it's not a regular mirror. And so they are talking about one of my hey, they are talking about oh my God. Look.
Hey y'all.
This is my gang, y'all. This is
We're pondering thoughts.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
How's everybody?
Look, let's make sure.
Yes.
Listen,
Oh my God.
you have to celebrate your people while you can, for as long as you can. And we are celebrating our friends,
Yes.
our sisters, 50. It's a milestone.
Yes.
Indeed. Oh my God. Y'all are so
we got him. Look. We got him.
Material girl.
Okay.
Okay.
Aw, y'all look. That's my gang, y'all. They're the ones who
saying,
kidnapped me.
That's our way of saying eat.
Eat.
I got a little bit more. I got a little bit more. All right, y'all. All right. I'll be down in a minute. I'll be down in a minute. Thank y'all so much.
We love you.
Love you too. Lord. So I'm in they always doing something like this. Oh God. So off camera, they said it's time to eat. So they want me to hurry it up. But anyways, look, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm in the latrine, and there were two Caucasian guys that were up, and they were talking about how good we were at what we were doing. How good we were at recon, and how good we were at so we had this thing that we did. We would pull in to bivouac to set up shop, and we had this thing that we did of how fast we could set up shop, set up tents, do the camo and all of this stuff, right? And we were the best in the platoon. We were the best in the battalion, hands down. We did it every single time, rolled it out, not a problem. Roll that mug up real good, tied it down, and we was ready to go always, right? And so they were talking about it, and I really didn't pay any attention because I was just like, okay, they're just talking about whatever. But then they said, did you see how those coons, did you see how they always are the ones that get I can't remember the exact words they used, but it was basically, we always made the point. We always got the awards. We always got the extra time off. We always got the extra breakfast and stuff like that. And that's because their ancestors or their people are used to running from bullets and running from getting hung and trying to escape. And it was just a whole lot. And I stood there listening to them and wondering what in the hell is happening right now. I am fighting for my country. I am living this life. I am here trying to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do for my country, because that's what I've been told. I'm an American. You know what I'm saying? That I deserve exactly what everybody else did. The weird part was when I walked up to them, they were still at the mirrors talking. But when I walked out from where the latrines were toward to wash my hands, the look on their face was like they had seen a ghost. So for 2 days, we said nothing to each other. I didn't say anything. I washed my hands, dried my hands, and I went on back to my platoon. I saw them again and again. 2 days passed. On the third day that we were out, we were getting ready to wrap up. So we were back at the bivouac site, making sure that we were good to go. We had picked up all our tents and stuff, and it was time for us to deploy back. But we had a night that we had to stay, and there was a PX that was right across from us. So we came from out the field back into Barstow, back into the base, and then there was a Army exchange that was right across the street. So I go up and they stopped me, and they was like, hey, We just want to say that we're sorry about, the other day. We didn't really mean it. We didn't really, you know what I'm saying? And you know what flashed before my eyes? What flashed before my eyes was, number one, me giving him a 2-piece set of biscuit. That's what flashed first. But secondly, how many times have I been there for you? How many times did I help you with your weapon? How many times did I help you with guidance, help you with a map? How many times did I do that with you? How many times did I help you out of a situation to where you couldn't get out of? But that's what you thought of me. That's what you felt about me. I knew then that it was already done. I knew I wanted no more parts of it. I had heard the whispers. Now, this is not all Caucasian people, because I have some good Caucasian battle buddies, some good, I don't even like calling them Caucasian or white. But for this story, I want to let you know, I have good friends, we have had conversations, we have talked, but what got me was these were the same people that needed my help. And it took me back to a place where I had only heard about slavery and what they did. We were good enough to cook, to clean, and to do everything else for them, but we were not good enough to sit at the table with them. I did not want to be a part of that anymore. What I wanted to be a part of was me being free to be who I am. So I said, I'm not going to let a couple of bad apples spoil the bunch. But those guys would have never been the same with me. Never. Forgave? Forget? Hell to the no. Not going to happen. Won't be. Ladies and gentlemen, if it's already done, it's done. It's done. Stand by it. Stand by it. And then I'm going to tell you all something. Those of you on the receiving end, those of you who are dealing with this, if it's already done, you deserve to be angry, to be mad, to be upset that somebody would want to take your life and make it trivial to where you don't belong here, you shouldn't be here. Stop letting people tell you to hold all that down and not get angry and not get mad. Because I'm telling you now, what it does is it makes you bitter and nasty and angry toward everybody, and that's not the way to be. Acknowledge what's happening, acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge what's going on, and go forward with that. I think sometimes we don't see it because we've been taught not to see it. Was I angry with those gentlemen, with those men? Actually, let me back up. Was I angry with them trifling animals? Yes, I was. And because I had been taught since I was young to shut up and take it, that's what I did in that moment. But what happened in that moment, that was my last bivouac. What happened in that moment, I stood up and I said, we will never be the same. There's nothing else. We have nothing else to talk about. I don't need you, but you needed me. You wanted to come to me for help, but I had already told you that we were done. I had already told you, stick a fork in me because we're done. Ladies and gentlemen, stop letting the people use you as a doormat. Don't do it. It's already done. Stand by your word. I told them that it would never be, and it won't be. And just in case they forgot it, I let them know again. It'll never happen. Stand by your word. Oh, you so bitter and you so angry and you so this. No. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. What I am is cautious. That's number one. But number two, I'm straightforward. I'm gonna let you know there's nothing there. I'm too grown of a man. I'm too big of a man for you to be sitting around here telling me what I'm gonna do and what I'm not gonna do. No can do. We good. We good. Ladies and gentlemen, it's already done. It's already done. I'm going to stop because I'm on this soapbox and I'm feeling some kind of way right now. But I just want to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's already done. Once it leaves you, once it goes into the atmosphere, to the universe, it's already done. Stop playing with people's livelihood. Stop playing with people's lives. Be who you are. Be who you are. Stand in your truth. And remember, It's already done. When it's done, it's done. And you should be done as well. Forgive them if you want to. Forgive you, forgive you, forgive you. Do it if you want to do that. I have no problems with that. But don't forget. Because if you forget, then the same bull crap that happened to you before is going to rear its ugly head again, and you won't even be able to recognize it. That part. That part. Whew. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Ooh. Lama lama sing lama 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 doom lama sing. All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on along here, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, so let's go ahead and let's ponder HIV. Ooh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is what I want to do today in pondering HIV. I want us to understand that in order for you to be healthy, you got to know your numbers. You have to know where you're at. You got to know your numbers. Two things that we're looking for when you're trying to be undetectable or when you are wanting to be undetectable. We're looking at your viral load and we're looking at your CD4 count, right? We want your viral load to be 20 and under, or under 20, let's say. What that means is your viral load is how many copies is in your blood. And so if your viral load is under 20, right, that means that we cannot detect it in a single little pin drop of blood. Okay? We want your CD4 count to be above 200. The greater, the better. CD4 is your T cells. So sometimes what it looks like you showing grace to yourself, taking your medication, being on top of it, not putting yourself in situations that's going to harm you or hurt you, making sure you do what you need to do, right, to be healthy. And a lot of times people, we're not talking about just physical. I'm talking about mentally and emotionally. So HIV by the numbers, you need to know your numbers. You need to be tested. Get tested so you know where you're at. Right? Get tested so you know where you're at. Take your actual HIV status into your own hands. Don't wait for somebody else to do it for you. You do it. And I don't know who this is for tonight, but whoever this is right there, this is for you. Ain't nobody going to do it better than you. Nobody is going to do it better than you. Take your HIV into your own hands. Don't let HIV live you, right? You thrive with HIV, as I like to say that I'm doing. Take it into your own hands. Know your numbers. Know what it takes to get to undetectable. Know what it feels like. Know your medication. Know what the side effects are. Know what you need to do in order to help yourself. So when we're sitting here and you coming on the thought to ponder with me and we're pondering HIV, know your numbers. It's nothing wrong with knowing where you're at and what you're doing. Nothing wrong with that. You got to be there. Take it into your own hands. Make sure that you are doing it for you. Make sure that you understand what you need in order to survive and to thrive with your status. And if you can't do it, then call on me, call on somebody like me, call on somebody that you trust, and we'll walk through it. And we'll get through it. But ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate thing is that nobody is going to do it for you like you can do it for yourself. Love yourself enough to know what it takes to live. Love yourself enough. I said to know. Love yourself enough to know what it feels like to thrive in something. It took me a long time to get comfortable and to get to where I'm at. It took me a long time. I want you to be there. I need you to be there. I had to get myself there. I didn't do it all by myself, but I had to take the first step. Know your numbers. Know where you should be. Know what it takes to get to undetectable. Know that the road is probably not going to be easy, but you can get through it. Know that it just takes one step at a time. Know that. That's what I want you to do. Okay? So while we're pondering HIV, so I'm going to keep doing this, pondering HIV. I'm going to do it every single episode that I have. And the reason why is because we need to know there are people out there like us. There are people out there that look like us. There are people out there that represent like us. But there are also people out there that want to see us in them, but they can't see us if we're not representing, if we're not letting you know. So I'm going to take my platform that I've always done, and I'm going to ponder HIV, and you can ponder along with me. And if you need to contact me for any reason, Titan Capri on all social media. I'm here. Thought to ponder. Hit me up. Always let me know if there's something that I can do to help. But I believe that my platform that I'm on, my reach is for you to see that we can make it, that we can be. That's how we ponder HIV. That's how we ponder HIV. Remember, one step. That's all you got to do is one step. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this night has been heavy on me. Ooh, it's been heavy. And look, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you for who you are and what you are. And even though it's already done, right? Think about what you can do. Think about how you can do it. All right? And let's get into that final thought. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final thought is it's you. It always have been you. It's always going to be you. It's you. Nobody else can do it for you. It's you. Yes, pray. Yes, meditate. Yes, get peace in your life. Yes, get some understanding. But it's you. Ultimately, it's going to be you that takes the step. It's going to be you to make the move. In this final thought, there's nobody else that's going to do it for you. It's you. And it's been you all the time. Dig deep and remember who you are. Dig deep and think about why you were put on this earth. Dig deep and think about you are always purpose adjacent. Your purpose is always right here or right here. You're never far from your purpose, but it's you. You are going to have to make it work, make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I used to wonder why it was me. Because it's me. My spirit, my love, my life, it's me. And once I stopped fighting against it, once I stopped telling myself that I was less than nothing because I had been told that so many times throughout my life, once I found out that if it's going to happen, I'm going to make it happen, I was better. It's a little hard. I'm not going to tell you that it's not. It's a little hard, but I was better for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know tonight they are waiting on me. So my show is about to, I think I'm going to go on and end it, but I just want you to know it's you. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Peace and blessings to you. I'm going to have some stuff out for next week so you all can tune in and know what's going on. Contact me and all that good stuff. I appreciate you. So peace and blessings to you. Thank you for tuning in. And just before you go, I want to say this to you. There was no other reason you were put on this earth other than to be blessed and to be a blessing. If you're blessing somebody, then you're already blessed. If you are blessed, then you've already been a blessing. Peace and blessings to you. Until next time, next Friday at 7, come and see me so we can ponder some thoughts, okay? The thought to ponder. Peace and blessings.